Hey guys, welcome to today's trade journal. I'm doing it from my phone today because I am very tired and I'm about to go to sleep, but I want to go over what I learned today because today was CPI. It was a very interesting day. Gosh, damn, guys, if you guys prepare and have the just preparation plus opportunity, that's all you need. So take this information and save it for the next big mover event, like the CPI, PPI, FOMC, whatever the next event is. And just take this knowledge and use it, and you will have a trade day that will change your life. Because all it takes is one good trade to change your life. So one of the first things I learned today is that the harder the recession hits, the higher the fast food goes. So this screenshot was taken in the morning. Wow. It went all the way past 266, where you see the high in this photo here. Yeah, it went way past that today. It went crazy, like 1,000%. So should have gotten in already right there. I would have done very well. Anyway, yeah, you always think you're too late. That's the hardest thing about trading, is knowing if you're early or if you're late, and I still haven't really figured that out. I mean, it definitely seems like there's less of a risk when there's really high volume like that, when there's just one huge ass candle like this. Like, there's definitely a lot of momentum there. You definitely don't feel late until it starts flattening out. You know what I mean? Like when the candles get smaller and smaller and smaller, that's when you know that the momentum's going away. So, but there's always all different kinds of things, like where the candle could go exactly in the opposite direction, be just as fat, and go all the way back down. So it's very hard to tell if you're at the top or if it's going to keep going. But anyway, my biggest mistake today, or it wasn't a total mistake because I still made money, but I was trading on BingX, which is a crypto and futures app, and I was trading the stock market, the S&P 500 on BingX, and I bought long at all the way at the bottom today, and I rode up like halfway to where it got today, like literally halfway up, and I sold it and I made a good profit. But if I had done that in options, I would have made so much more money, like crazy amounts of more money. Probably would have made like $3,000 with like $50. I put $50 in to BingX and I turned it to $100 with 200x leverage. Even with 200x leverage, I only made $50. So it's good. BingX is fun on the weekends or in the nights when you want to mess around with some trading and the market's closed. But the market's open, do options. That's where you're going to get the most reward, the most crazy types of pops, and the most craziest, just options is so much more volatile, or has more reward. Anyway, I sold way too early on my SPY calls today, so let me open up, what is it? Weeble. So SPY, I got in around here. Yeah, I got in right around here when it got red, and I bought here, and the candle was wiggling around. So right here, in retrospect, it looks like, it was green. But when you're right here, in the first green candle, I can't really point on my phone where I'm looking at, but I'm looking at the first green candle in the middle of the screen. When it's live and you're watching the market live, you don't really know what direction it's going in. It's going up and down the wick, and you don't know the direction. So I was kind of panicking and being a pussy. and I like sold it the contract. I bought the contract at 45 cents and I sold it at 48 cents like a minute later and took like freaking $3 profit per contract, which was such a pussy move because like zoom out on that. That could have turned into, I was checking later in the afternoon, that contract, that $45 contract was $500 by the end of the day. And I bought 6 of them. So, how about that? How about that? And not only that, that's when I just decided to play around with some options. I was playing around with BingX back here. Right at open, I bought on BingX. Why? I don't know, because I don't know, I'm still learning BingX, so I still wanted to like mess around with it. But that's what I mean by preparation and opportunity. I'm still preparing, but when the next opportunity comes, I will be ready because I'm done messing around. I know exactly what I need to do. You go in the option, you buy the freaking, there was a 1 cent option, or not 1 cent, I always say 1 cent because it looks like it, $1 option, and the $1 option by the end of the day was freaking $1,000 at the top here. So you buy one $1 contract in the morning, you have $1,000. Now buy 100 of those, it's insane. You spend $100, it turns into $1,000. $100,000. $100 turned into $100,000 if you buy at the bottom of a big event. It usually switches around. This is a pretty repeatable event. When you have CPI, PPI, FOMC, you have like the big, huge initial drop, and then it literally, this is what happened at FOMC. It did the same exact thing. It reversed throughout the day. It reversed all the way back up again. I can show you guys. That was on September 21st, I think. Was it September 21st? Let's see. September 21st. Where is it? Sorry, hold on. Okay, we're getting there. There it is. So that was FOMC right here. It went freaking crazy. I don't know where. See how flat the candles were? Boom, news hits, and then it reverses. So the first drop, it usually either goes up or it goes down. This time it did the exact same thing. The first drop or rise is completely unpredictable, but what is predictable is the reversal that happens afterwards. So if you don't feel like gambling on the first part, you can be damn sure if it goes past the support level, the support zone, you just buy in and hold on for dear life. Once you start seeing that pattern that it's going up and up and up, just get in and hold it. Don't be a pussy, because there's a lot of money to be made. Anyway, let me go back to my journal. Sold way too early. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. You want to buy the calls at the bottom and then go up. They're not scalp markets. Do not scalp on these big days like this. You want to buy big, or not buy big. Shoot big. You shoot big. I wouldn't say spend a lot of money because there's always a risk. You shoot for the stars and you hold it. And that's it. That's what you do in these big days. You don't fucking try to scalp. Don't try. Don't try to scalp. I'm taking notes for myself and for you guys too. Take note on this. Anyway, that's today's recap. I haven't made a video in a while, so I just started my trade journal on the 11th. On the 11th, I had some FOMO as well. I pussied out on a trade, and it ended up going insane. Not as insane as today, but it was also insane on the 11th. Yesterday, I was in the bus on Discord, and they said Sava. I didn't know anything about Sava. Sava is a pharmaceutical company, but the thing is with Sava, it moves very, very quickly. So let me pull up Sava. This was on the 12th. Yeah, 12th. So some fat news came out, and everybody in the Discord slapped it hard. But this was literally... Yeah, this is the 5-minute candle I'm showing you right now. It went up and then immediately back down. So if you didn't slap that crap like the second the news came out, you were done. You were toast. And if you were late, you were so toast. So what you want to do when you're buying Sava news plays is you want to slap the ask. There's the bid and the ask when you trade. The bid is the lower price, and the ask is the highest price. And your chances of your order getting filled are much higher when you use the asking price. So when the news drops for Sava, if you ever get news for Sava in the future, just slap ask. Don't try getting a deal on your fill price, because you're not going to get it. You need to get in as quickly as possible, and you need to sell as quickly as possible. And you can make a pretty fat gain, pretty fat. So yeah, then there was some, the steel stocks, AA and X. I didn't lose a lot. I lost like $10, but I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to get in properly. It was the same thing. I didn't know how to slap the ask for those quick plays. You want to slap the ask. I still haven't done this yet, but everyone in the Discord server is talking about learning book maps. I'm going to go and research that after this video, and I'll talk to you guys about it in the next one, because I still don't know much about it. Basically, I was talking to Wall Street CFO, my friend, and he was telling me that book maps are basically it's when it shows the liquidity and it's on the chart, instead of you having to look at the list for liquidity, like people buying, like the list where it shows the live updates of how many people are buying and selling. It like integrates it into the chart, basically. So big reminder: don't FOMO trade, don't force trade. I have a mixture of advice. It depends. If it's a range day, yeah, take the green and sell. But if you are on a massive trend day like today, try and hold and get some big profits. You know, what do you got to lose? Hopefully nothing too much. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose. But at the same time, no risk, no Rari. No leverage, no Lambo. So that's all, guys. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.